Okay, and here we have the Szabologist Star Wars Institute collection of 2017 rather, starting off with the Empire, and yeah, it's hard with the light, it's either too dark or too bright, so excuse that. Many stormtroopers back there with the TIE fighter pilots as well, with the TIE fighter, different types of TIE fighter pilots released at different times. One of the early 2000s, the original, let's see if I can shine a bit of light on that, original TIE fighter pilot vintage, and a newer one, maybe towards 2007, 30th anniversary, I believe. Darth Vader, a newer one, and a newer Emperor with the original Emperor Royal Guards, and of course the classic from the very first novel, well, comeback sequel of Heir to the Empire, Grand Admiral Thrawn and Mara Jade. They are actually from comic packs around the 30th anniversary edition as well, I believe. Black and white R2's some that I have done myself. Some vintage Stormtrooper AT-AT or AT-AT Driver, Imperial Snowtrooper AT-AT Commander, and the Death Star Gunner, and there's the new Death Star Gunner with the Sand People, or Tusken Raiders, different styles, different ones. So we got them there, and a vintage one with and without the vinyl cape, Stormtrooper, Sand Troopers rather, sorry, the original Luke and Stormtrooper suit, which goes for $500 in a vintage packet, but I don't have a helmet, so who knows how much that is worth. Do you want to take a guess? Once again, R is better. We got the original, well, that land speeder was 95, 96, re-released, the same as a vintage pretty much. Luke Skywalker, original C-3PO, R2, and original Obi-Wan Kenobi, all vintage. With, we got the newer Obi-Wan Kenobi with Princess Leia, help me Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. Original vintage Han Solo and Princess Leia and Chewbacca. That's a later Luke with a blast shield. Biggs Dark Lighter, a comic style Darth Vader. Some more Sand Troopers, ceremonial. Luke Skywalker, more Naden, new and old. We got his name back finally from that book of Tales of Jabba's Palace, so that figure came out with that name. And we have the original Hammerhead vintage, and over here we've got the Luke Skywalker and Han Solo in Stormtrooper suit, an original X-Wing and Millennium Falcon. Going up to the next shelf, we are going now towards what we've just had here is A New Hope and the Empire, and now we've got Hoth, and we've also got Attack of the Clones mainly, or prequels in general with Jedis. Here we have Hoth, we have the Hoth C-3POs, and we've got C-3PO himself with R2-D2, these machines that were made, that were not used in the movies, Rebel commanders and troopers of Hoth, one of the many Darth Vaders I have with the Imperial probe droid. Good bet the Empire is here, well, good bet the Empire knows that we are here. Luke, now let's see if I can get that without too much light, hanging upside down from the Wampa that was released, I don't know, 2000 and something earlies. And same with a newer Wampa with Luke Skywalker. And we've got the vintage Wampa with Han Solo. So, wanted to play it out like the movies. How's that going with the light? Alright. And, sorry, not the best. Best I'm going to do. I'm not a professional. Ralph McQuarrie, he got his own figure. I think he was cameo in that movie. 2B18, and original Luke and Leia in Hoth. I've got another one of these, Imperial Snowtrooper. He's upstairs with the AT-AT on the gun. And AT-AT Commander with 2 Imperial Snowtroopers. Over here, Darth Maul, he's got his own little spot there, because I wasn't a huge fan of Phantom Menace characters, so I don't have many of them. We have Jimmy Schmitz, Bail Organa, and Obi-Wan with his first droid that was in Attack of the Clones and the first part of Revenge of the Sith, but then he got a new one, and he got a new ship because it got damaged, and this is his new R2 with the gold spray paint. Apparently the guy, Justin Dix, that I know from the Star Walking fan club just had to come up with an R2 unit, and they spray painted it gold, and it got in, and it got its own figure, and so did Mace Windu and his purple R2 unit, which featured in the Clone Wars animated cartoon series, the 2 DVDs you can get, just leading up to the Revenge of the Sith. Yoda and the Younglings, and we have one of many of some clone troopers. This guy was in the Clone Wars animated series. Can't remember exactly what season. Towards the end, he was a bad guy. Here's Kit Fisto in a... Oh, gosh. Doing a good job here. In a Hoth gear, or snow gear, sorry, rather. Aj Venturis with the 2 lightsabers. Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting. Anthony Daniels there as he was some character. I think his name was backwards as they got it for the character. Mace Windu with Jango Fett, and his head, yes, it does come off because he's going to chop his head off. That was from the animated series of Clone Wars, that costume of Mace Windu. Whereas that one's the original one of the first ones that was released as a sneak preview. 2 comic characters, the old lady and this guy, ended up becoming a Sith Lord. In the Tusken Raider, he's got a helmet there, just there. Sorry, I can't see well. 150 years later, he became a Sith in the comic series. A Hammerhead Jedi, Dinosaur Jedi, General Grievous. Really need this, General Grievous. A yellow, a red, a blue, and a purple, and a green clone trooper. I painted that clone trooper purple. My favourite bunch of prequel characters, Barriss Offee, Quinlan Vos, who was so popular in the series that his name got mentioned in Revenge of the Sith, as in he was popular in the comic series, and he also starred in a Clone Wars only one episode of the animated series. We got Ki-Adi-Mundi, my favourite too, Aya Sakura, and we also have Kit Fisto, one of my favourites as well. And the Emperor, and we have got, sorry, what did I say? Plo Koon and Kit Fisto's over here when he gets slaughtered by Emperor Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith. I'm mixing the names up because I'm so nervous recording. And there we go, C-3PO with his coverings. He actually put them on during Attack of the Clones, but it got cut, that part of the film, so we never saw it. I'm sure the footage is around there somewhere. I have heard about it, but I haven't seen it.